friends of the Stratocaster, which this is. Now, I asked Fender, hey, can I check out the Richie Kotzen Signature Strat? And they're like, well, Richie's the man. These are selling out hotcakes. We don't really need a review. And I said, pretty please. And they're like, okay, we'll send you one. Usually signature guitars don't get reviewed because the artists themselves, of course, are the poster boys, which is all fine. But I wanted to know what's special about it. I found out nothing. There's absolutely nothing special about this Strat, other than that it's a good one. So I was on a Norway cruise with my mom because she always wanted to do that. And when I came back, this guitar was waiting for me. Also, the flu was waiting for me. I brought that from the cruise. So for a good week and a half, I spent my time in bed playing this through the Blackstar IDX amp. Never actually turned drive on, just clean. And I had a great time. So I really got to know this guitar in bed. Not sexually. That's icky. And so I can tell you stuff about it. But first I had to take it out of the box while being sick. That's what that looks like. Yeah. And then just a few days ago, we took some product shots so you can really look at it. Now, full disclosure, I asked Fender to have it in this color, because that is a really cool color. Kind of white, see-through, flame, totally awesome. I'm even okay with the gold hardware on it, but they sent me red, and I really don't like red guitars. He says, well, there's a red guitar there, but I mean, I don't like red. But you know what? Gift horse, mouth, all that stuff, not complaining. And I'm not the target audience. The target audience is Richie Kotzen. So if he likes it in red and he likes gold hardware, which I don't, but that's all good. I'm not criticizing that because artist wants, artist gets. Okay? Let me noodle around with it a little bit before we get into what artist got. So on the surface, and actually below the surface, this is a Strat. It's not based on a modern Strat. In no way, shape, or form. It's not based on the American Ultra. It is a freaking Strat. And let me explain that to you. Meaning, we have on the top of the thing, you plug it in. Gold. We have a 6-screw vintage style trem, which is slightly floaty. And even if you put in a spring in there, which I did, the trem arm is slightly vibrating unless you really tighten it. But then you can't get it to go further. So, okay, now it's nice, but here it's a little bit vibrating. It's vintage style, because artist wants, artist gets. We have a bigger trem block, as it should be. Cavity cover on top. 4 screws. 0 shapings here. Any modern Strat would have, shapings and fast playing ability and all that stuff. Nope. Standard Strat. Shaping here. Shaping there. 3 knobs. Can't pull any of them. They don't have any hidden kind of features. It's just 3 knobs. You know what has 3 knobs and no hidden features? A fucking Strat. 5-position switch. Guess what? It's that one. It's these 2. It's the middle. It's these 2. It's the back. You know what has that? A fucking Strat. Pickups are DiMarzio. That's probably the one deviation from the standard Fender range. Maple fretboard with abalone dots, kind of neat. It's a little bit blingy with the flame and the gold and the dots. That's nice. Black side dots. Okay, as it's very bright there, but it's tough to film because it's such a bright neck. Gold hardware from Goto. They're Goto tuners. So that they're not Fender branded. They're definitely Goto with these pearloid blingy heads. I like that. They're not staggered and they're not locking because it's a frickin' Strat. Now, they should be staggered and they should be locking if this was a modern Strat. It's not. It's just a Strat with every shaping the way the Strat has always been. Don't know what material that is. I could tell you that if I looked it up on the website. Polyester finish, by the way. Hardware, saddle, vintage trem, nickel plated. It comes with 9s. Switch tip is white, I can tell you that. Nut material, synthetic bone. That's what that is. String nut, synthetic bone. Nut material, synthetic bone. What? String nut, nut material. I don't know what that means. And the one special thing, not deviating from the Strat story, is the neck is rather chunky. It's a thick C. Don't know if you can see that. I actually didn't notice that at all. It wasn't like noticey to me. Up to the point where I played the Ultra Luxe Vintage Tele that has a more modern neck. And then I picked this back up and I was like, oh, this is rather chunky. But you know what? That's fine. So that's what Richie plays. If you're looking for a good Strat that's a little bit blingy, that's your guitar. There's nothing special. There's no noiseless, no anything, just a freaking Strat. But it's a good one. In the US, it's actually, I would say, fairly priced. It's $17.79 or whatever at Sweetwater. So in the $1,800 range. It is made in Japan. Who makes Japanese Fender? Fujigen does. So this is in the range of where Ibanez Prestige comes from. Same factory. And it's the same kind of quality at a slightly lower rate in the US. In Europe, we're looking at $2,200. Roughly 2,200 something, maybe. And again, where Ibanez Prestige is, but slight tick over the normal Prestige price of around 2,000. I have a little bit of an issue with a thin, flimsy gig bag that gets delivered with it. I kind of feel in that price range, like American Ultra 1, for example, used to be in that price range. I know things have changed and tariffs and everything got more expensive. But they come in a very nice hard shell case. So at $1,700 / in Europe $2,200, I wish there was a better gig bag or at least a case. But I'm pretty sure Richie has cases and gig bags and doesn't care. So just so you know, when you're buying this and you intend to take it to gigs, don't use the gig bag that comes with it. Get yourself a nice mono gig bag or a high-end Fender or any kind of hard shell case. I would recommend a mono bag because that's going to be with you for ages and it's going to protect your guitars really well. Not paid for by mono, it's just actually what I would use and believe in. Here we go. I'm going to play it with a little reverb from the aux with the Tone King Imperial through a 412 Greenback loaded cab and then of course a couple of different amps as always. If you push the string off the fretboard, that's what that sounds like. And there's dirt on it. Sorry, I know zero Richie Kotzen anything. I have that album with the blue guitar on it. Fever Dream, I think, yeah. Way back in the day. And I know one thing he does when he plays arpeggios, he says he doesn't like to land on the 1, but rather on the 7 and 9. 7 of 9. Star Trek! Let's call it the Star Trek arpeggio. Something like this. Instead of doing this, he likes to go around the 1 again. Or if you're doing a dominant 7. Or minor. Kinda cool. If I could only, play well. Do it down here too? No. Depending on if the bass is playing the root. It's a good single coil sound. In between, love these. Spanky! Middle. Don't know who used that. And in between in the back. Typical, amazing in-between Strat sound. And then single chord here, there's no humbuckers anywhere. That's not a chord. Just a fun guitar. Amps. Let's go into the 1959 by Marshall without any of the mods on. It's a Plexi. No. Can't think of the guy's name. Had to play the Strat into a plexi. Was famous for a while. Now I know why, because it sounds good, you know? Let's kick in one of the mods. Workshop 2864S. That's a killer amp. And so on, jazz. It's got the bad cat, black cat, which is voxy and a little bit cranky right now. In the 2 Workshop Lulis, which is a Marshall JCM 800 modified. And there you have it. It's the Richie Kotzen Strat. And it's a Strat made for Richie Kotzen. And what he wanted was a Strat in red with flame and gold and the multi-pickups. And that's it. And it's a solid instrument. So if you're a fan, or if you're not a fan, if you're just looking for a good Strat with a bit of a chunkier neck, this is it. Period. I'll link below. I'll ask you to like and subscribe because numbers matter. And animals at the end.
Can't love from devotion when you stand so close to me. Tell me the secret of your